going? It's me, it's that M-A-T-T. Hey, I did it again. I'm joined with three of the baddest dudes in the internet planet. It is Rhys, Rico, and my big brother Scott. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
What's up?
We are today going to be talking about the year in review, our top. There's 16 categories. We're going to be giving our opinions like we always do. It's just opinions. We're spitting our opinions, not yours, on what happened in the world in the world of wrestling in 2025. And before we get too involved in this, I labeled the year 2025 as the year of generic professional wrestling. We got regurgitation after regurgitation after regurgitation. So there's no wrong answers here, only opinions. And so, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
I love it, baby. Welcome to the Slammies, pal.
Yeah. Let's go.
Welcome to the party, pal. Yeah, freaking Mark.
Yeah, fucking Mark.
So, the year 2025, we're going to start off with Breakout Wrestler of the Year female. This one was hard for me, but we'll get all the way around to it. Rhys, let's kick it off with you, buddy.
So I kind of agreed with you until I had a bit of a light bulb moment. I was thinking about this for ages, and then all of a sudden it came to me, and I realized it couldn't really be anyone else but one person, and that's Stephanie Vaquer. I mean, like, it's her first year in WWE. She's been a double champion, and now she's the women's world champion. She's been putting on fantastic matches, and she's gone from NXT to La Primera on the main roster. Like, the choice was easy. So yeah, like Stephanie Vaquer, man. Like, shout out to her. She's had a great 2025. Let's hope she has an even better 2026.
All right, next up, Rico. What you got, buddy?
I mean, you ain't lying there, bro. Like, that was. I think that would be a lot of people's pick, but for me, I was kind of leaning more towards Sol Ruca. I think that girl's had an amazing year. She's breaking out, and she will be on that main roster very soon, and she's going to do amazing things. She is freaking sweet.
I can't wait for it to come up. Yeah, it's going to be good times. It really is.
All right, now Scotty, what's up with you?
I ain't gonna lie, Rhys. You're spot on. NXT, New Japan, WWE. Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah.
It was easy for me.
Now, I narrowed it down to two. And one I'm going to catch a little bit of heat for because it's not necessarily a breakout because she hit it big over in AEW last year. I'm going to say Blake Monroe is my semi-finalist. She got in the top two and didn't quite get it done. But because Stephanie Vaquer is who she is, like it's again no-brainer. But Blake Monroe is definitely in the discussion, but she just couldn't get to the level of Stephanie.
Yeah.
Well, we can definitely expect more things from her coming soon as well.
Yes. Blake Monroe has a bright future, and I look forward to seeing her at the end of next year being on the main roster.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it.
Now we have the Breakout Wrestler of the Year male category. Followed up with that. This one again was a lot of things were happening. I love the young talent. That's not generic. The young talent are showing why they need to be up there. Rhys, who do you got for Breakout male?
So kind of what you said about you had a runner-up for Breakout female. My runner-up was Kyle Fletcher. But the reason why I didn't pick him because I mean, he was already fantastic in Aussie Open. He started to break out a little bit last year. So I felt like it was a bit of a cheat that, to put him in. But he's had a fantastic year. But for me, I picked Javon Evans. This guy has made it very clear like where he belongs on the main roster. Obviously, they're bringing him up pretty soon by the sounds of it. He's had some fantastic matches this year. For a guy that's only 21 years old, he really shows knowledge beyond his years in the ring. And yeah, I'm excited to see what he's going to be doing in 2026. But this is really the year that he made his mark in WWE.
All right, Rico.
Rhys stole it, man. I'll be honest, God, he stole it. My man's doing sweet. Like, you just watch him in the ring, and it's like, oh man, this kid's like he's got the ability, the agility, and he's not scared to try anything out, and he works hard. Like I see him doing amazing things.
For real.
Scotty, what do you got?
You come in, you win the United States champion at WrestleMania 41. You become part of the big storyline in the business. You're all gas, no brakes, buddy. Jacob Fatu. I think that he put a mark. But the problem is that it's not him. The problem I have is how yeah, that's my choice. But my bitch session is WWE needs to figure shit out. That guy you're missing a mark. You're missing something, guys. You need to put him back in storylines. You need to get him back in the ring because he is all gas, no brakes. And that guy was phenomenal. Stuff that
he's hurt. He's hurt.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. Of course, again, generic stuff that we went through the whole year of 2025. But I'd say Jacob Fatu.
That's a very good choice.
If he's clearing time, I'd have him win the Rumble, to be honest. I know he's probably not going to be him, but I'd have him win the Rumble.
Yeah.
That's an extremely good choice. And I'm going to roll, though, with Rhys and Rico. Javon Evans. I joke in group chats about calling him Javon Osprey. I do all that. But at the end of the day, give him 2 to 3 years and he will be a champion on the main roster. Or maybe he could be an IC champion by the end of next year, by the end of 2026. He could be the US champion by the end of 2026. They did the same thing with Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes, they kind of strung him along, made him work for it, and then they at the end of the show last night, he walked away with the United States Championship. So
I'm so happy for him as well. Shout out to Melo.
I really think that that Javon has that same. I think he brings more energy. Like he is at times more athletic version of Montez Ford.
Yeah. I think I've had a conversation with you about it on the podcast, and I've said this to a lot of people. Me personally, I don't think he's quite ready for the main roster. But if you are committed to bringing him up to the main roster, pair him with a guy like the Miz, like not in a tag team, but like in a feud. Like there's a couple more puzzle pieces that you need to put together for Javon Evans, but for the most part, he knows exactly what he's doing. His promos have improved. Obviously, he's a lot more cleaner in the ring. He's got the look down and the charisma. So, but yeah, there's a couple more puzzle pieces that just needs to be slotted into place, and then he's fully ready for the main roster, and it's impressive because of his age.
The next category, we're gonna slide all the way down the list to tag team of the year. We'll start since Rhys has been stealing answers. We're gonna go with Rico on this one to start off.
Oh man, see, for me, tag team is kind of a toughie right there, man. I just like we talk about both female and male, or we just going with male right now.
No, it's just tag team overall. Like there's no male division. It's just straight tag team across the board.
Ooh. This is my personal choice just because I really liked them. And I felt like they could have done a lot more was the Street Profits. I felt like they really got gypped and could have done a lot more, man.
Okay. Now we're going to hop up to Scott. We'll see what Rhys has to say at the end. What we got here?
No one's stealing mine, all right? I just going to say that out loud. Matt's going to be pissed at mine, but that's okay. How can you not give it to these guys? They win the TNA and they win NXT titles. My boys, the Hardy Boys. I'm going old school. They can put on the show. I know Matt's thoughts are why do they need to win the TNA title? We had a long debate about that. I get it, but you can't not give credit to greatness. And yes, are there some issues going on? One of those guys is head, yes, probably. But my pick of the Hardy Boys, I've always been a Hardy Boy fan, and when you win the NXT and the TNA, why not? Why you got to be up? They got to be up there and up there on the top. So my guys are the Hardy Boys.
All right, Rhys.
That's a beautiful choice. I was very tempted to give it to the Hardys because I've just got a bit of a feeling that this is the last great year that they're going to have, which is a shame because they've been going for so long. But I went with the Hurt Syndicate. They've absolutely killed it this year. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Like, this is a great example of if you're not working in a certain company or if you're just not clicking in a certain company, go over to the rivals and they might have something for you. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, MVP, the Hurt Syndicate, but specifically Lashley and Shelton have absolutely destroyed that division. They've had it on lock for the past 12 months. The storylines that they've been a part of, yeah, they found a whole new lease on life as a tag team in that division, and they've been killing it. And Shelton Benjamin, shout out to him specifically, has reminded people why he was one of the OVW's like famous for. Like, I'm sorry, like he just reminds me every single year that he's not in WWE how annoying it is he never give him a world chat title shot. But as far as him in the Hurt Syndicate, he's absolutely killed it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so mine is weird because I'm not known for an absolute like NXT. I don't watch a ton of it, but when these guys were on the show in most of 2025, Fraxium, when they were on my television, I tuned in. That was, and they put on absolute banger after banger after banger. Yeah. Fraxium is they could have been in the discussion for male breakout of the year because they skyrocketed. Unfortunately, once they got to the rarefied air of the main roster, they kind of fizzled out. So, and I think that's more booking than anything, which sucks. Mm-hmm. But when they were hot in NXT, nobody could touch them. And I think, and that was bulk of their 2025 was in NXT, so I loved it. They were.
I think you're right though. Yeah, like Fraxium's a good choice, man. Because I've always said I can't stand Nathan Frazier. I'm just gonna go out and say it. I think his promos are so irritating, and that's a British guy saying that. I find his voice extremely irritating, and then he gets in the ring and I can't take my eyes off him. And him pairing with Axiom it's just such a treat to watch every single time they're in the ring.
Mm-hmm. So next up we have Gimmick Wrestler of the Year. We'll start with Scott because he likes himself a box of gimmicks. He likes those gimmicky guys. So we'll start off with Scotty. Scotty, who you got?
How can you not give it to Mr. Iguana? How can you not? That was, to me, I laughed at it. To me, it's crazy dumb. He debuted in WWE at Worlds Collide. Why not? That's a gimmick. It's not like you're not a rooster laying eggs. You're a dude out there, and he can wrestle. Let's face it. I loved it. I loved it when he the whole scenario. So I picked Iguana, Mr. Iguana, because I like that character.
Rico?
Not a bad choice, man. I got to go, like we all said, this is our personal choice. I got to go my boy Uncle Howdy. I love that gimmick. Really, I love the darkness of it, and I love it.
Okay. Mr. Rhys, what's going on, sir? What do you got?
I've taken a different kind of path with this. Like my first choice was Mr. Iguana, but then I had to change it because this guy has changed his entire persona to fit around the title that he's currently wearing, and it's Ethan Page. This whole "I'm the greatest North American that's ever lived" character is so funny, and the work that he's doing with Chelsea Green, the fact that he's made his entire character "I'm Canadian and that's my character" just is so good, and it shouldn't work, but it does. And like I said, the pairing with Chelsea, he's doing absolute magic on NXT, and I enjoy. He's the best part every single week of NXT. I enjoy every single time he's on my screen.
Yeah, I love Ethan Page, man. That guy's awesome.
Like, literally, he's turned his entire character from like I'm all ego, which a lot of people are doing. Like I feel like Ricky Saints kind of stole the shine off it a little bit because he also does that. So Ethan Page decided to go. Now I've got the North American title. I'm going to turn it into a Canadian belt, which is beautiful, by the way. And now by the way, I'm Canadian, and also I'm the best Canadian who's ever lived. It's just great.
Now, mine again, it's going to be completely out of left field. I shit on this like when it was going on, and I still kind of do shit on it. But I have to give it to Chad Gable and his El Grande Americano.
What's Chad Gable got to do with El Grande Americano? I'm just curious.
Shut up. Shut up.
That's not him. Come on, Matt. Come on, man. That's not who that is.
Oh no, you're right. It's Fleetwood Kaiser. It's Pete Dunne, and it's freaking that other jackass.
It might be Sal Del Torre, right, Rico?
Oh my goodness.
You're getting worked. You're getting worked, brother.
But it's gimmick at its finest. They don't break kayfabe ever. It's like, no, we're not. No, I'm not him. Are you kidding me? No, I wear a mask. No, he wears a mask. I don't. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
They lived it. Even out in public, Chad Gable was at baseball games. Oh, that's not me. No, I wish I could be. I wish I could have had a WrestleMania moment, he says. See, that whole thing, and I love it. And I shit on it and when it was in front of us. But looking back, there's like the gimmick itself, corny as hell, but it worked. It got things over. It made things better for Penta. It actually helped Penta in the long run. If you kind of like look back at it, it really helped him and Ray emerge. So
And Dragon Lee, to be fair, as well. And Dragon Lee. Like, it's really helped him, actually, as well.
Next up, we'll go with promo of the year. What promo stuck out the most for you guys for 2025? And we'll start back with Rhys.
So, mine goes all the way back to the start of the year. And what we got afterwards, I'm so disappointed in WWE for not capitalizing on it. But as a moment, it's so good. And it's the New Day turning on Big E. That whole New Day thing where they just decided to completely change their outlook on life and like call out Big E and just say the most horrible things to him. The reaction that they got the next week was fantastic, and it's a crime that WWE did not do anything with them after that. They really missed the boat with the New Day this year. It could have been so much better because of that singular promo. I was very tempted to give it to Bron Breakker's promo like about a week or two ago, where he got on his knees and begged for the old CM Punk, but there is nothing for me that has matched the New Day's promo from the start of the year.
Man, okay. That's a good one.
Rico?
I've been twiddling my head on this one, bro. It's kind of hard because for me, just because you guys are a big fan of him as well. Any promo Cena did in this year, but especially with him and CM Punk, I was just fully in tune with that. But to pick a favorite one, this kind of out of left field, man, but I'm going to go where Becky annihilated Nikki.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I really like that promo.
Okay.
I like that one as well. Yeah, that's it. Do you know what? I forgot about that one until you said it.
Scott, what do you got for promo of the year?
Got two.
Okay.
Tough, but I think it's mad respect. John Cena's that promo he did on CM Punk, verbatim what happened with the pipe bomb. He hit every freaking single mark. And I was like, I popped hardcore for that. I wasn't a fan of the whole heel turn. but it was good as he continued doing his promos. This guy, he was Cena heel at best. He was amazing. But you cannot forget this person. The one I liked was she was at the ECW 23 Arena. She paid tribute to Sandman. Up in the balcony, we got Tony Storm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every time that girl sticks that mic in her hand, she is priceless. She is timeless. She is everything she is. So I had to give a second place to that promo, especially the 2300 Arena. That was epic.
She's really done some great work on the mic this year. She had that great backstage segment with Mariah May where she said you'll fade into obscurity. That was great as well.
Yeah.
I have two as well. I have a 1A and 1B. My 1B is again the Cena pipe bomb. Just him mocking one of the greatest moments in WWE modern day history with the pipe bomb. Hi, Claudio. And by the way, Claudio's the only one he didn't wrestle out of all the people he named and waved at. That's kind of funny. Anyway, number one, it was more of the moment. It was a combination of two people, and one person ruined it, but it was still one of the most iconic moments of 2025. And it was when Cody Rhodes looked at The Rock and said, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
And that proceeded to become the Cena heel turn.
Mm-hmm.
That right there, it was short, sweet, but it set up one of the most iconic moments of the year in professional wrestling.
Yep.
So that's my number one. It's Cody says, "Go fuck yourself" to The Rock.
Yeah.
Next up, we will go into the feud of the year. We have two of the hosts from Blood Feud Radio. We know all about feuds. And we're going to wait for Rhys's answer. Rico, let's go with you.
Feud of the year. Can you come back to me? Sorry. Because I'm still twiddling on that one.
Scotty, what you got for feud of the year?
All right. So I'm when you have a feud, I think of family, right? I think of you got to dig deep. You have to interject family business. I think when they had Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, that feud got personal real quick. And it was awesome. It was amazing. But another one, Seth Rollins and Punk. I couldn't not decide, but I want to say the CM Punk Drew McIntyre feud because it never went away. They did this, then they did this, then they did this. So I loved that feud. I loved every time. But they're gonna piss each other off, and you knew they didn't give two shits. CM Punk don't care what he says. Drew McIntyre don't care what he says, and they went to war, and it was good.
It's funny because that was all the way through 2024, and then it carried on into 2025. I thought it was going to end after the Hell in a Cell, and then
right. So did I, but no, that's why it carried over, right? And then yeah.
Rico, you got your choice.
Yeah, actually, because I was thinking that was one of them that Huge Pop was talking about, and I figured it out. I'm definitely going to go with the CM Punk and Seth Rollins because of how deep and personal it got, but it also brought the wives into play as well. Like, I thought that was pretty sweet, pretty good feud right there.
Okay, Rhys.
I was going to say CM Punk and Seth Rollins, but I really feel like Seth Rollins' attention has been divided over this year, so I couldn't really pick up which one that I wanted, because like 1 minute he's feuding with Punk, then he's feuding with, other members that the Vision are feuding with, then he's feuding with, I was like, I don't know which one to pick, but then I looked towards the other company, and the one that stands out for me is Mox versus Adam Page. I really thought that feud this year was great. The whole Death Riders took a bit of a slump, but I do feel like they were able to peter out a little bit of a great storyline between Adam Page and Jon Moxley. The fact that Mox had the title in a stranglehold, literally in a briefcase, so nobody saw it for so long. There's nothing better than seeing Adam Page like work from the bottom and then try to get all the way to the top, and that's exactly what he did. It's the second time that they've done that story in AEW, and it's just as good as it was the first time. And then it all culminated all in Texas, and that was my pick. Yeah, Adam Page versus Mox.
Now, my pick is, I'm a Punk guy. I think that Punk Rollins, it just boiled over so much, and like, if you don't like the peek behind the curtain, please don't, and don't watch not Unrivaled, that show on Netflix that they did. Don't
Unreal.
watch that. Don't watch Unreal if you want to keep it kayfabe, because it kind of ruined a little bit of the Seth Rollins Punk rivalry when you find out certain things. But that on-screen rivalry nothing compares to it. They had heat. Their wives had heat. Like it was everybody. Like you were either Team Punk or Team Rollins, and that's even in the fandom. The fandom, like if you're a Punk guy, if you like Punk, like everyone else hates you.
Yeah.
Gives you shit. That's how hot it got, and that's why I'm taking Rollins and Punk, and just the layers of things, and they kind of brought back kayfabe, if you will, in a sense. They made it feel real.
Mm-hmm. You watch the outtakes of Unreal, and you find out that Seth Rollins has been like dog sitting Larry, and it's like, oh no, it's not real.
Yeah, right. It's like,
I was going to touch on that, and I'm like, that's where I feel like it's kind of getting lost. Is we love the kayfabe, and it doesn't hurt once in a while to take a peek behind that curtain, but it seems like they're trying to go more towards like, because there's so many reality shows, and they're like, how are we going to compete with that? Oh, hey, let's do some backstage segments and stuff. Yeah, money wise,
exactly.
That's what it's about, and it's annoying because I want to be surprised. I don't want to know, man. I want to be shocked.
Well, this is how I describe Unreal, and it's the reason why I won't watch it. It's the reason why I refuse to watch it. Like, I love bacon, I love sausage, but I don't want to see how it's made. I don't want to see that. I don't care. Like, I don't want to peek behind the curtain and see how it's made. Like, will it affect my enjoyment of the product? Probably not, but it's just something that I don't need to see. Like, as a seasoned wrestling fan, like we all are, we can get how it works. Like, I don't understand who the audience this is for, because if you're catering this to people who are already watching wrestling, you're already telling people what they already know. If you're telling people who are new to wrestling and maybe like stumble across this show, it's basically a massive billboard going, it's fake. Like, so who is it for? Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all.
Next one we have Return of the Year. This one was a hard one, in my opinion. There was just so much that could have been done, but I'm gonna start with this one. I'm gonna give my answer first. It's without question the most longest awaited return in WWE history outside of CM Punk. It just happens to be his wife. It's AJ Lee. Without question, the return of the year in my book. When her song hit, I popped. I was like, holy shit. We're actually getting this. We're not getting Rollins screwing with Punk. Finally. So yeah, AJ Lee is, in my opinion, the return of the year. Scott, who you got?
Who do I got?
I'm better than you, and you know it.
That was sweet.
I'm better than you.
Matt's just like willing to say something, but Matt taught me something last year, not 2025, 2024. I hated that son of a bitch. I could not stand me some MJF.
Good. Not supposed to.
But he's a heel, and he's doing his job.
Yeah.
And a week ago when he came out at Dynamite, dude did not miss a beat and inserting himself into now it's a fatal 4-way, I guess, at AEW. Dude, he looks good. He talks good. He wrestles good. He's a dirty player. I love the return of that was, to me, it was AJ Lee until MJF showed up at Dynamite last week. I was like, oh my God. Loved it.
No,
All right, Rico.
Yeah, man, I actually had 2 runner-ups. The first one was MJF. Freaking love that guy. When he came back, man, I actually jumped up like, yeah. The second one was Alexa Bliss.
Okay.
I loved that she came back, but unfortunately for those two, they're just runner-ups. My top pick is AJ Lee because I have been waiting for that.
All right,
Yeah.
Rhys, who you got?
I can't agree anymore. And the MJF one was good, but for me, it was just validation when AJ Lee came back. Like for years and years, I am so sick of WWE pushing the narrative of, no offense to the fans, pushing the narrative that people like Nikki Bella and Brie Bella paved the way for the women's division. And it's like, yeah, we're seriously ignoring the fact that none of those two women can hold a candle to the actual person who pushed forward women's wrestling by like 4 years, AJ Lee. Really? Like, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, yeah, I understand that maybe she wasn't on the best terms with the company for a little bit because of obviously who she was married to, but I'm sorry, you can't just pretend that AJ Lee doesn't exist. And when she came back, it was just thank God. And what made it even sweeter was it stepped on the fact that when Nikki Bella came back, you had people in the back like EO Sky saying, "Oh, you paved the way. Like, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you." And I was just like, what are we doing? No, like it's AJ Lee. And then she came back and she proved everyone why. She's still as good as she was. She's still very young and she can still go. So, yeah, AJ Lee.
So, real quick, sorry, man, not to change it or nothing like that, but do you guys have any agreement with saying that Paige had someone to do with that as well? With the halfway paving the way for the wrestlers after her, because she showed that it's not just about beauty; it's actually about wrestling.
Yeah, I completely agree. But I don't understand how all of a sudden the whole weight of that importance fell on the shoulders of Nikki Bella. Because for me, the end of the Divas era ended when Nikki lost the title to Charlotte. Like she was one of the last main staples of the Divas era when she was holding that title for so long. Because obviously a little bit before then you had Saraya and Paige and people on the roster that could actually wrestle. And then Nikki Bella was given back the title, and it kind of fell back a little bit again. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I never will.
Next up, we have entrance theme of the year. Who had the best tunes that you love to listen to? And the overall aura of it. Anyway, we're gonna go start with Rhys. What do you got?
Theme song of the year this year is Blake Monroe's. I don't know what Def Rebel used, whether that be AI or I don't know if they've stolen it off somebody, but this completely does not match the rest of their work because most of it is mediocre as hell. But Blake Monroe's theme song is fantastic. I love me a bit of Blake Monroe. I love me a bit of Blake Monroe's theme song. So easy choice for me, that one.
Okay, Rico.
Actually, it's an easy choice for me as well is Rhea Ripley's, because her music for me hits hard, and it's actually what I use for one of the workout musics. I love her jam, man.
Yep.
Scott, who do you have?
Well, I got a wrestling one, and I have to talk about it real quick about what I thought was probably one of the coolest things I've ever watched. I mean, I'm gonna go generic. I loved what they did when John Cena turned heel. I loved that whole "My time is up." My time is now. That I love that. That was one of my favorites. Again, it's generic, I know. I watched the Jake Paul fight on Saturday. That boy came out with 6'9", and he did their version of "I'm a Real American" by Hulk Hogan. That, if you got a chance, go watch that. He walked down the aisle with Hulk Hogan's gear on, with the red and yellow. That, to me, was an amazing tune to listen to for the year. But I will say, wrestling wise, I love John Cena's entrance music. What they did with it.
Play.
This is, I mean, I listen to a lot of music when I work in the morning. I'm in the building by myself, just having a lot of music playing. I will forever be Cult of Personality in Living Color. Like, next year's song of the year for me will still be CM Punk. That's my forever answer. It's just something about it. It's just the aura that it like when you hear that the static. It's such an iconic one. It's like you're you know he's coming out. You know he's either A, going to say something, or B, kick your ass. You can choose which one you want. But yeah, that's my pick. Is CM Punk. Moving quickly through these a little bit. We have the debut of the year. This is another one that's really I struggled with a lot. So we'll start with Rhys on this one.
Debut of the year is difficult because it really. I honestly am not sure about this because
I'll go for you.
Yeah, you can go for me. Go for it. 100%. You can take my place, and I'll come back to me.
Because
I mean, for me, man, just my boy Ricky Saints, man. Freaking, I love that guy. When he was in AEW, I watched him wrestle all the time. Like, he was one of the reasons, besides Kenny and Chris, that I started to watch AEW. And I'm just like, followed him going to NXT, and like, he's great, man. I love Ricky.
What you got, Scott?
Again, all gas, no brakes. I thought that was amazing. I thought because we asked for that, did we not? We asked for him to finally come, and he did. And I'm sorry he's hurt. I wish he would, because he could have done much more, in the storylines. But I got to say Jacob Fatu. Sorry about a generic answer, but
all right, Rhys, who you got?
Honestly, I don't know if this is like on a technicality, but I gotta go with Obafemi's debut on the main roster when he confronted Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Because that guy, I mean, I don't want to use like a generic thing that people say these days, but like when he was stood in the ring, like that guy was just aura farming for days. Like what he said to Cody Rhodes, he was like, "You don't need to worry about Drew McIntyre because he's not in the building. You need to worry about me because I'm stood right here in front of you." And then he went on to be like, "I am the ruler. I am the mountain that you cannot climb. I am the conqueror. I bring the war." Like, I'm like, oh God, you are so cool. Like, please just destroy Cody. Like, oh, please.
And then when he did destroy him, like he was killing him. And if you guys haven't watched it, go and look at Rhys's page. It was the classic matchup between one of the greatest Christmas movies, Die Hard, and wrestling you'll ever see. It is amazing. Just go watch it. Trust me.
Hell yeah. No spoiler. Just go look for it. You'll see it. Oh God, has to be done.
My debut of the year. Scott's gonna hate me for this. Say his name, and he appears in WWE.
Oh, man.
Amazing! The whole place, when he came out as Randy Orton's opponent at Mania, the place went nuts. That's what it's about. You know what I mean? Like, it was.
I guess.
Like, and he's main roster bound. He was on, he was in Grand Rapids, and spoiler alert, he's going to be on SmackDown on this Friday because it was taped in Grand Rapids last Friday. Anyway,
his Royal Rumble debut was great as well. Like even when he appeared in there,
his NXT stuff was amazing. Like he had for a debut for someone coming from TNA to here, no one touches him. It's debut of the year.
You got to shout out to Joe Hendry as well, man, because as someone from the UK, who has seen him multiple times performing in front of 200 people, see him at WrestleMania, it was just unbelievable. I saw him when he was, I saw him about 11 years ago, when he was just called the local hero, Joe Hendry. When he was at WCPW, when he was at Defiant, in front of 200 people. It's insane how far he's come. And he deserves every single bit.
So, we got, 10 minutes left with you, Scott?
Yeah, about 10.
Okay, so we're going to go to the big ones, and then we'll circle back for the lesser ones after Scott leaves if we don't have time. Female Wrestler of the Year. Female Wrestler of the Year, Scott.
I mean, shit. See, AEW, New Japan, Rev Pro, champion after champion after champion. You can't not talk about Mercedes Moné. I mean, you can't. You have to talk about her. And that's who I picked. And with the second, real close second, in my opinion, the female wrestling this year would not be good if you didn't have Toni Storm in it. Everything she did was amazing. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so I picked two AEW girls, Moné and AJ Storm. Moné and Timeless Toni Storm.
Rico.
Sorry. So I'll make mine fast. Two runner-ups, Mercedes and Tony, because they did do a phenomenal job. But if we're talking about of the year, man, you got to go with Stephanie Beckett. Like she's just way up here for me. She tops that list.
Rhys.
Io Sky, easily the most consistent wrestler in WWE for the past 12 months. Had a great title run, far better than the first one. She is the most consistent wrestler, one of the most consistent wrestlers on the planet, and the best wrestler in WWE right now, man or woman.
Mine is I'm echoing you with this, Rhys. And I'm going to take my last couple minutes. Mercedes Moné is, to me, what Joe Hendry is to you, Scott. I can't stand her. I think she's a paper champion. They threw a bunch of championships on her so she can beat Ultimo Dragon because no one can have a record that's safe. I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb, and to tarnish a record that like Ultimo had, I think it's dumb. She took her ball and went to a place that she barely showed up to in the first, and now anyway. She's got to go off to these other places and play indie, darling. Anyway.
I think that's what makes her Wrestler of the Year, because she's not just with AEW. She's going other places, and she's taking her craft outside the box. That's one of the reasons why I picked it, to be honest.
It's your pick. I'm not going to yuck your young.
I know.
Male Wrestler of the Year, and tell me why it's not Joe Hendry. Go.
Because it's not.
Oh my goodness.
That's not my pick. It's not my pick, but go ahead, Scott. Okay.
I hated the heel turn at first, but he proved why he could do that. And he proved why he could make a face turn. And as much as I didn't like the finish of his last match, I understand it. It was his way to go. He wanted to go that way. He wanted, and it makes sense now that I talked to Matt about it. You know, it's his time is up, right? He said it. He said it. And he went from heel to face, and he was amazing at it all. So that's why I picked him as, I mean, shit. He was, you know, you have to turn on the whole wrestling community and at Elimination Chamber, joined The Rock, blah, blah, blah. He did it. He did what he said he would do, and I have to give my hat goes off to him. Props to John Cena.
Rico.
Well, Matt's gonna love this one, but I just think the guy's been consistent all year, man. And if he's not one of the faces, he's the face of the company, Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
Rhys, you're priceless, man.
I mean,
I'm
that's not
sorry.
what I would have picked, but Rhys, go ahead.
I'm sorry. In 5 years, when he's world champion, and when he's been a multiple time world champion, we're going to be discussing why this is Dominic Mysterio's year. He is in his absolute prime right now. I think this is by far his best year since his turn heel. He has outgrown the Judgment Day. He is very, very good on the microphone, in that ring, even at comments. Okay, I'll stop. He's just great. He is so over, not just in WWE, in AAA. He's just been putting out consistently great work all year, and people aren't talking about it as much as they should be. Dominic Mysterio is my male superstar of the year.
Rhys, I'm gonna need you to smack me in the face because I can't believe I didn't think about Dirty Dom. Wow.
I'm going to let you sit and just remember that you picked Cody Rhodes.
I did too. Oh no, I'm gonna sit in that for a minute.
Now, this is the first category that there hasn't been any repeats, I believe. My male wrestler of the year, it's a guy, again, who at periods pissed me off. So he was doing his job as a heel. I feel in the next 2 years, you will be seeing this man kill everybody. And it is the Ring General. Gunther.
Yes.
That guy, arguably the greatest, the best heel in the business.
Yeah.
Now he can walk into any building, light up a stogie, and just sit there and get booed.
Yep.
And I want him to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to be the guy that just walks in and be like, yeah, I just killed your hero.
Yep.
Go fuck yourself.
Yep.
You know, like I want him to be that guy. I want him to be the guy that says, yeah, I just killed John Cena. What of it?
We're living in a world right now where it feels like we're kind of in like the 80s, where people actually genuinely hate this guy, and he got the reaction.
The amount of boos, like you could, I'm pretty sure that's what I heard last Friday when they were taping in Grand Rapids. I'm pretty sure I heard it from my house. That's how loud that arena got. The guy has ungodly heel heat right now, and I love it.
Well,
And all he does is beat people up. That's what pro wrestling is, right? He just beats people up.
I mean,
Mhm.
he's great. He is, and he's good. He's super good. I guess that's after analyzing that last match with John Cena with Matt. He is the one that should have been John Cena's last match, in my opinion, because he is.
I hated it. I hated it leading into it. I despised it. I was like, give it to someone younger. Give it to someone who doesn't need the rub. Because let's face it, Gunther doesn't need anybody.
No.
And I look forward to it. I'm calling it right now. You've heard it here first. He is going to be the one next summer at SummerSlam in Minneapolis, Minnesota, to end Brock Lesnar's career. He is going to walk into Minneapolis and kill Brock Lesnar.
It's got to be him. It's got to be either him or Oba. They would be my two picks.
It's going to be him. He's going to end Brock, and he's going to end my boy AJ Styles, unfortunately.
And then he's going to wait till Javon Evans retires.
I'm an AJ guy. I love AJ Styles.
Love
But
AJ.
he's already announced that he's going to be retiring in 2026. So none other than just feed him the Gunther, and he can ride off in the sunset.
Fair enough.
The last big one of the year of the thing is the huge pop moment of the year. Before Scott takes off, he can lead off with this one. What do you have for huge pop moment of the year?
I will say two things. It all combines into the PLE of the year and my huge pop moment of the year. March 1st, 2025, Elimination Chamber, Toronto, the heel turn. Go fuck yourself. Cena in the background laughing his ass off. Turns heel. Bianca Belair, her moment. That whole pay-per-view was amazing, but the huge pop moment was when I was like pissed off, out of my chair, running around my house. My wife goes, "What the hell is wrong with you? It's fake." I said, our hero just turned heel and it sucks. And that was it. That's my PLE of the year. So you got that on the thing. And then my huge pop moment of the year was John Cena turning heel.
Okay. Rico, huge pop moment of the year.
That was exactly the same for me, except for my reaction was different. I said, "Yes, it's about time." I wanted it so bad.
Moment of the year, Rhys. Huge pop moment of the year.
It's got to be the Cena heel turn. The thing that we never thought would happen happened. Like he's hugging Cody. He goes like that, and then he just goes, like his face just goes straight, and I'm like, oh, whoa, and then he kicks Cody in the balls, my hero, and then it happens. It's great.
See, I'm gonna go with that one because it is without question. 1B for me was Heyman turning on Roman and Punk and joining and starting up the division. That was my 1B. But Cena's heel turn, if anyone has anything different, they're not a true wrestling fan.
100%. I mean, my 1B as well. Like my 1B also involves Cena, and ironically enough, that's Cena tapping out. That's
a big B right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something real quick. I'm gonna acknowledge my boys in front of me. And then I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna I'm gonna let my camera go because you can't see me anymore. But I want to start at the top. Matt, thanks for running the show on Tuesdays. Rhys, thank you for being Matt's co-host. I love that show. I love what you guys do. That is amazing. Fun to watch, fun to listen to, and it's not about generic WWE, AEW. It's about what you guys, and I love that show. Thank you, Rhys, for being part of the team. I'm so happy that you joined us in 2025. I hope that we can continue doing this in 2026 with you. You're an amazing man. Merry Christmas to you and your family. You have a wealth of knowledge of the sport, of the business. Matt has also. Thank you, brother, for being my brother. Rico, thank you for everything you do, man, for this show, for Huge Pop. Thank you for being my friend. I love you guys. Lastly, y'all, thank you for supporting my brother and I.
Peace out, man.
Oh yeah.
So I have a 1C actually for Huge Pop moment of the year. It is when the Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast had signed the hottest free agent in all of podcasting in 2025 when Rhys joined. Again, just stroke your ego a little bit more.
Yeah, go on, keep going. Fine. Yeah,
no,
I'm fine with
this. Stop.
I'm fine with this line of conversation. Carry on.
So let's get into a match of the year, and we'll start with the female match of the year.
Shoot, right up the top, man. That's the women's triple threat: Bianca, Io, and Rhea at WrestleMania. Okay. I felt like that definitely was the women's match of the year right there.
Okay, Rhys.
Oh, this was so close, and I mean, like if the second pick is here, the other pick is that. It was so close. My second pick is the triple threat at WrestleMania, but because of the story that went into it, I had to go with Mariah May versus Toni Storm at AEW Revolution. That was unbelievable. The way it ended as well, like just both of them with crimson masks just lying on top of each other. It was so good, that match. Like just the moment that them two created, the rivalry that them two created, like they were just so connected to each other since Mariah May joined AEW. And then to see the rivalry ended like that, yeah, there ain't no topping it. Like for me, in terms of women's matches in 2025, like I say, the only thing that comes so close is the triple threat. I love that one, and it's the reason why Io Sky is my woman of the year. But as a match, Mariah May versus Toni Storm for me, for real.
That's a freaking good one right there. It's real
Yeah.
good.
I'm actually going to echo you on that one, Rhys. The more I think about it, like you said, they were 1A and 1A. It was
Yeah.
like there's like they were like perfectly aligned with each other. But I think just the outright brutality of that match just made it feel real. Like in a world of wrestling that we look at it as fake and we look at it as just not being real, so to speak. And when they give us something that feels real, it makes it all so much better. So
and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, and I mean, we watch wrestling for the stories, right? I mean, what happens in the ring is beautiful and everything, but you know, like 80% of it, let's be honest, is character work and you know the stuff that you see before they get into the ring. And what makes that match so great for me is everything that just surrounds that match as well. That the history that them two had, the backstage segments, that whole like you know you'll fade into obscurity promo from Toni Storm, so good. The character work that Mariah May put into the entire feud, it just made the match so much more important, and that's what just tipped it over the edge for me.
okay. Male match of the year. We'll start with Rhys on this one. Go ahead.
This was really difficult for me, and I'm not gonna lie. Again, so close to each other. But I've got to go with John Moxley versus Adam Page at All in Texas. This was so good. Don't get me wrong, that the tag team match that the Bucks had that night as well was a very close runner-up. But this match was so brutal. It was exactly what it needed to be. It wasn't just violence for the sake of violence. It wasn't just I'm going to hit you with a fork and it's going to be brutal and gruesome, which it all was. But it's the story that leads into the match. It makes it mean something because you know what these two have gone through. You know the stranglehold that Moxley has on the title, that the Death Riders, like the pain that they've been causing the AEW roster. You know what Adam Page has been through to get to this point. It just makes it all the more important. And for the blow off to be All in Texas was so good.
Rico.
Yeah, that for me that was definitely a very close second right there. My first one, maybe just because I hold these two so high up on my wrestling list, man, was the final match between Cena and AJ Styles. Just how that match was freaking incredible. I was worried about it because I'm like, you know, I mean, you got freaking, don't get me wrong, Cena wasn't doing terrible, but I'm like, you know, he's up there and, you know, is he going to be able to perform the way he did last time with AJ? And they just showed out.
Hey, real
They
quick,
had
guys.
one hell of a performance.
Real quick, guys. What I meant by my last statement was thank you for being there for me and Matt during our time, the rough time. Not that supporting us was the wrong word to use. Thank you for being
Yeah.
Thank you for being there to support us in the family times. We really, really appreciate you guys. So gotta go. Man. Bye.
Yeah.
So my male match of the year is I'm gonna echo again, Rico. The AJ Cena match had everything that we'd want in AJ and Cena. The only thing that was missing was I mean, we had AJ in his old TNA gear, which is freaking awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
The only thing that we were missing was Ready to Fly. And I was kind of disappointed that we didn't go with that. But it is what it is. But just paying homage to all the different people in their past that they've wrestled, and just like doing all the different finishing moves and that whole thing. It was a chef's kiss to a goodbye. Kind of
It
thing.
really was.
It was what a lot of people wanted in a very last match from Cena, but we know as wrestling fans that would never happen in a million years. A wrestler outside of The Undertaker winning his final match.
Yeah, and I love how Cena had her present AJ Styles, like just giving him his props. I was like, that was just mad respect right there.
Yeah, when you found out that Cena was the one who organised that for AJ, that's just beautiful. The spot that really got to me in that match is when Cena goes for the Sister Abigail. It gave me chills. Really did. It was beautiful, and I agree with what you were saying, Rico, as well. I was worried if Cena was going to be able to keep up with AJ, and I realized that AJ is the same age, but we can see the consistency in AJ. He's never stopped being AJ Styles. But the last time that these guys had their match was nearly 10 years ago. So yeah, it was. I was worried if they were going to be able to keep up, but so good. Just a spot fest of like all of the rivals representing TNA, representing WWE, all coming together was so good.
When the GOAT himself, John Cena, looks at Chris Van Vliet, and when Chris asked John to say the first thing that comes into his mind when he says people's names, and he says AJ Styles, he says greatest to ever do it.
Yeah.
John, those are everyone's GOAT. His GOAT is AJ Styles.
And it was like, prove me wrong. Like, come on, like, prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. See it. Like for me, it's him or Michaels. It's got to be one of those two for me. Like, it really has. They're both like what we use the phrase on Blood Feud Radio, 1A or 1B and 1B quite a lot, and that is what I think of when I think of AJ and HBK. There's 1A and 1B.
Oh yeah, Michaels will always be my 1A. I mean, and AJ definitely 1B.
So the last one that Scott already answered is the PLE of the year. To me, PLE of the year was, it's just so hard because, like I said at the beginning of the show, everything just seemed so generic, so plug and play, if you will. But with all the big moments and all the special moments we had at WrestleMania 41, it's hard not for me to put that at PLE of the year. It had everything. It had Cena breaking the record by beating Rhys's all-time favorite wrestler and Cody Rhodes. I bet you he was just tearing up.
I was welling up so much. Yeah.
It had Randy Orton and Randy Orton basically having a moment with Joe Hendry. It had all the other. It had the triple threat with Punk, Roman, and Seth Rollins, and Paul Heyman being the slime ball that he is. He does what he does, and just everything that happened that weekend showed what amazing place the WWE can be. And that, to me, is why WrestleMania 41 is my pick for PLE of the year. I know it's generic and all, but
it's your choice.
Yep.
Rhys, what you got?
So I mean, I'm a WWE guy through and through. I watch other promotions, but I'm primarily a WWE guy. But I'm not a biased wrestling fan. which is why my runner-up is AEW Revolution. Brilliant pay-per-view. But pay-per-view of the year for me is All in Texas. Like, the consistency of that show was unbelievable. Like I said, I mentioned before, you had the great match, the tag team match with the Bucks, I believe, and it was it Osprey and Swerve? Or was it Adam? I can't remember who the Bucks were facing that night. I know he's totally flown out my head, and I should remember that. You had the great TNT title match with Dustin coming out with the victory. I was so happy about that because I was just like, yes, give that man flowers. You can still go. You had the amazing women's gauntlet match, which was really cool. The main event was great between Moxley and Paige. Like that. You had the Hurt Syndicate putting on a great tag team match as well. All the way through, nothing but bangers. The crowd were fantastic. Yeah, All in Texas for me is the pay-per-view of the year.
Rico, what you got?
My, as you guys would say, my 1B is WrestleMania 41. Like you said, man, it had everything that you could ever ask for, man, and it was just great. It was spot on. But my number one, this is just me, but it took me back to a certain era, and that was Blood and Guts. Like AEW's Blood and Guts. That took me back to the Attitude Era, and I was like, oh man, this is freaking awesome. That's like every match was just well put and put together, and man, every wrestler put on one hell of a show.
They did. Shout out my boy Kyle O'Reilly wearing the Undisputed Era Christmas shirt. He absolutely killed it. Absolutely killed it in that match.
It was the women's match in that PLE. I sat there, was like, they did like when they crawled out the sides to where the men can't do that. When they crawled out the sides. Yeah. Oh no, that was wait, who did that one? That was Blood and Guts.
I think it was War
Games. Was it Blood and Guts? Or was it War Games?
No, it was Blood and Guts. It was Blood and Guts.
It was Blood and Guts. Because it was. Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. But yeah, that match, and Mercedes Moné, she, love her or hate her, man. Freaking, she's great. I was never a big fan of her, but I have to say she is good. And love her or hate her, she is good. Every female in that match just put everything on. It was great.
She is good, and I'll never knock her work rate. I just don't like her attitude as a person. That's the problem. It's kind of like Charlotte, one of the best in the world at what she does. I just don't like her personality, and it's the same with Mercedes. I think they believe their own hype a bit too much. But in terms of in that ring, yeah, she's fantastic.
They live that kayfabe.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, but in a bad way, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, thanks, guys. Thanks for everyone who's joined. That is a year in review. That is our 16. Never seen 16 list. And again, that's all of our opinions. Like Scott said earlier, a few moments ago, I want to say thank you, Rico, for being there for him during, exactly what I'm talking about. And Rhys, again, thank you for every Tuesday, keeping my mind in check and away from certain things that are happening in our lives. I don't want to get too mushy like my brother did, but I do look at you guys as brothers, and I appreciate you guys coming on today. I don't know, Rico, what do you have planned for 2026 as far as like our the channel going? What do you and Scott have cooked up for the new year? You guys going to fire up the night show again, or?
Yeah, we're trying to get more of because actually we're speaking with what's his name? I don't know if I can actually say his name. He might not like that. But anyway, the XIW, we was speaking with a gentleman who has his own promotion in Indiana.
Okay.
And so we're looking at getting some of those wrestlers on the show as well and getting more XIW. And we're actually getting more involved in an XIW.
Okay.
From what we were told. I can't actually, we can talk off air about that, but
Okay, very, very hot stuff coming in 2026. Rhys and I will be continuing our list. The list of the Blood Feud lists will keep rolling come January 6th when we make our return from our holiday layoff. And like I say at the end of every show, if you have a list, if you have a topic or a list, please share it with one of us.
Mm-hmm.
We are
100%.
we will be willing to scour the internet or whatever pay-per-view and look at it and dissect it and digest it and do whatever for a product for our viewers. And it's all about having fun at the end of the day. Don't take yourself we enjoy looking back instead of looking in the present, because the present doesn't have a lot to offer, in my opinion.
Well, there's that, and also the fact that, I mean, we all watch the present day products. Like, we know what's going on, you know. Like, so like, you know, so like sometimes you want to take it back to a time that you might not remember so much, or if you know, like an older pay-per-view that you've not checked out for a while, which I always enjoy doing. In fact, at the moment, a certain Rumble roulette wheel is not treating me very well. I'm currently watching a Royal Rumble every single day until we get to Royal Rumble 2026. Now, what I'm doing is I'm using a roulette wheel. It's a bit of a randomizer. And we started off great. We got the 2007 Rumble. That was fantastic. Then it decided to hate me and give me the 2015 Royal Rumble, which, you know, we know how that goes. But then I thought I was back on track. And I got the 1992 Rumble. Absolutely over the moon with it. Went live for it. We had a good time. We watched it. And then I go and spin it today. And then it decides to give me the 2022 Men's Royal Rumble. So, yeah, really brutal. So, you know, when we discuss on BFR, like, you know, the more better pay-per-views, I like to think of them instead of the horrible pay-per-views which this horrible roulette wheel keeps giving me.
So again, guys, I know we're all busy at this time of year. We all have a lot going on. I'll wrap this up with a couple words. Again, thank you guys for just helping out again, being part of the team. Couldn't have asked for better people to be in house, and looking forward to 2026 as being our year. And are you familiar, Rico, with how Rhys and I like to end our shows on Tuesday?
Not very, no.
Well, you know what? You're fired, you fucking Mark.